Welcome to lecture video number 2 for percentage taxes. Topics in this lecture video are the following: percentage tax on life insurance, percentage tax on agents of foreign insurance companies, and amusement taxes. Hello, good day again class. So this is the part 2 of the lecture video for the topic percentage taxes under your subject business taxation. So let us continue with our discussion of the different types of percentage taxes under your business taxation. We are now on your tax on life insurance. So your tax on life insurance is a percentage tax which is imposed on your person, company, or corporation or agents that are doing life insurance business in the Philippines. Take note, life insurance business in the Philippines. Why did I highlight the life? Because there are a lot of types of insurances. There are non-life insurances. Example would be your marine, fire insurance. They are not covered by your tax on life insurance under percentage tax, but they are covered under your VAT. That is why, take note that it should be life insurance in order for you to be subjected to a 2% percentage tax rate. 2%, the tax base would be the total premiums collected. So, example, we have a collection or total premiums which amounted to 1 million pesos. Out of this 1 million, 500 is already in cash and the other 500,000 is still on credit. The question is, what is the tax base for the 2%? The answer is the entire 1 million pesos. So in your handouts there, it is stated that the total premiums collected means that whether it is in money, in credits, or in any substitute for money. Okay, so in this case, the entire 1 million would be subjected to your 0.02. And the answer will be your tax on life insurance. Okay, now we will proceed with the example for your tax on life insurance. So in your handouts, there are a lot of examples, but we will discuss only example number 1 and number 2. For example number 1, we have ABC Insurance Corporation, a domestic corporation, received the following premiums net of any tax. So when you say net of any tax, that is exclusive of any tax, and that is what we need for our tax base. How much is the percentage tax to be paid by ABC Insurance Corporation? Magkano yung babayarang percentage tax ng ABC Insurance Corporation? Again, yung tinatanong lang ay ang percentage tax, which means we have to identify first which among the 3 insurances here will be classified as to a coverage of your percentage tax on insurance. Again, our rule is we only consider those insurances under life. So for fire and marine, they are considered as non-life insurance. They will be subjected to your value-added tax. However, for your life insurance, of course, it will be covered under your 2% percentage tax on insurance. So we have a value of 400,000 for cash received for the premium. So ito na yung natanggap na amount, 400,000 pesos, natanggap na siya. And meron tayong amount of 100,000 pesos hindi pa natatanggap dahil under pa siya sa promissory note. And a total premium of 500,000 pesos. The question is, how much is the tax base for this? Saan tayo magpapatong ng 2% or saan tayo kukuha ng anong amount yung kailangan natin para ma-solve natin yung 2%? Is it 400,000 only? Cash received lang ba yung kine-consider ni tax law? Or is it 100,000 only? Yung credit lang ba yung kine-consider ni tax law? Or will it be the combination of 2, which is 500,000 pesos? It is stated in your law on taxation under business tax for life insurance, we consider the whole amount of premiums. Which means whether it is received already or there is a cash already or in the form of credit, it will still be subjected to your 2% percentage tax. So the tax base is 500,000 pesos. 500,000 pesos, you multiply it by the tax rate on your life insurance. We have 2%. 500,000 times 2%, you get the amount of 10,000 pesos. This is your gross receipts tax on your life insurance. So let's proceed with example number 2. For number 2, we have Madulag Insurance Company had the following data on the collections of premiums and disbursements during the month. The question is, the percentage tax due is. So we look on the data. Kailangan na naman natin i-identify kung ano lang dito yung life insurance at saka yung non-life insurance. Bakit? Because yung hinahanap lang ay ang percentage tax due. At pag percentage tax due lang, yung covered lang naman is yung life insurance. At yung non-life insurance ay masasubject sa ating value added tax. And we are only concerned again for percentage tax. So let's see the column number 1 only. For column number 1, that is your data for your life insurance. And your column number 2, non-life insurance, kaya wala tayong pakialam dyan. Let's focus only on the data na kailangan natin sa pagsusolve ng ating percentage tax due. Okay, so meron tayong cash collection of 520,000 pesos under your life insurance. Cheque na 365, accounts receivable na 315,000 pesos. Tignan natin if ano yung mga amount na mai-include sa pag-solve ng ating tax base para ma-applyan natin ng ating 2% percentage tax rate for life insurance. Cash collection ba included yan? Of course, included yan. Second, cheque. Ano ba yung cheque? Substitute for money. So, pwede po ba yung 365,000 substitute for money? Yes. Next is accounts receivable. Tatanggapin mo pa lang, wala pa na sa kamay mo, but it is already on credit. Which means, this is part of your premium. And the total amount is 1,200,000 pesos. That is your total premiums, and that will be our tax base for our percentage tax due on your life insurance. So 1,200,000 pesos times your 2% or 0.02, you get an amount of 24,000 pesos. And your 24,000 pesos here is your percentage tax due. Now, let us proceed to the next percentage tax. What is it? That is your percentage tax on agents of foreign insurance companies. So, these are your authorized insurance agents by your insurance code of the Philippines, wherein they are allowed to procure policies of foreign insurance companies that are not allowed to transact business here in the Philippines. That means, foreign insurance company sila, pero hindi po sila pwedeng directly dito magtatransact ng business sa ating bansa. Pero pwede silang kumuha ng mga tax agents na magpapalakad ng mga pulisiya nila and make sure that there will be transactions here. So, yung authorized tax agent na yon ay masasubject sa ating 4% ng total premium collected. Or, meron pang isa. It's either ikaw na may property here in the Philippines at directly ka nag-transact sa foreign insurance company outside the Philippines, you are subject to 5% total premium paid. That means, if nagbayad ka ng 100,000 pesos for your premium for a foreign insurance company, papatungan ka ng 5%. So, meron kang babayaran na additional tax dito sa Pilipinas na 5,000 pesos. Let us proceed to your amusement tax. For the word amusement, it means entertainment. And makikita nyo mamaya sa pag-e-enumerate natin ng mga activities na naka-involve sa ganitong uri ng percentage tax, masasabi natin for entertainment siya talaga. So this is a percentage tax imposed on your proprietor, lessee, or operator of the following. So we have cockpits, sabungan. cabarets, night and day clubs, boxing exhibitions, professional basketball game, high alay, and other racetracks, including also your videoke bars, karaoke televisions, karaoke boxes, and music lounges. Okay, so we have a higher actually percentage tax for this type of kumbaga establishments. Why? Because kumbaga yung ating government ay dinediscourage rin siguro yung mga ganitong uri ng businesses. However, kung gusto mo talagang i-pursue ang ganitong business, so you have to be willing to pay a higher tax or your amusement tax here. For cockpits, sabungan, you have to pay for 18% of percentage tax on gross receipts. So, pag may sabungan ka, lahat ng income mo dyan, also if you have gross receipts, and also if nagbebenta ka rin dyan, may canteen ka dyan, so, combine yan together and you will pay for your 18%. So, mataas siya kasi sa VAT, no? Okay, parang dinadiscourage rin yung pagpasok sa mga ganitong uri ng mga negosyo. Next is your cabarets, night and day, or day clubs, videoke bars, karaoke televisions, karaoke boxes, and music lounges. So, you are also subject to 18% of gross receipts. Mataas din po siya. Next would be boxing exhibitions. Your boxing exhibitions will be taxed for 10% of your gross receipts. However, if yung ating boxing would be World or Oriental Championship, and ang belt na World or Oriental Championship is ang at stake, provided that at least one of the contenders of the World Championship is a citizen of the Philippines, and said exhibition is also promoted by a citizen or citizens of the Philippines or by a corporation associated at least 60% of the capital of which is owned by said citizens. So, exempted po sila sa percentage tax natin. So, hindi po sila matatax ng 10%. Ano lang yan, if meron tayong world boxing or oriental boxing of any belt, and then at least isa ay ng contender ay taga Pilipinas, at promoted po yung boxing ng citizen or citizens ng Pilipinas, or kung ang atin naman ang nag-promote is ang korporasyon, dapat 60% ng capital ay owned ng mga citizens of the Philippines, you are exempt. However, if parang local boxing lang, then you are subject to 10% gross receipts. Mas mababa siya sa 18% na kanina. Next will be your professional basketball games in lieu of all other percentage taxes of whatever nature and description. If you have professional basketball games yung pinopromote, then you are subject to 15% percentage tax on gross receipts in lieu of all percentage taxes. So, wala ka ng ibang babayarang percentage tax but only the 15%. High alay and racetracks, gross receipts, malaki-laki, 30%. 30% of your gross receipts because... So let us proceed with the example for your amusement tax. So in number 1, one of the following is not subject to amusement tax on gross receipts. So you have given a multiple choice question wherein you have to choose which among the 4 is not included or covered under your amusement tax. First is your disco houses, cockpits, professional basketball, and your bowling alleys. Which among the 4? Of course, the answer is letter D, bowling alleys, because among the enumerated items for our amusement tax, the coverage for our amusement tax, bowling alleys was not enumerated. So the answer is letter D. So let's proceed to number 2. For number 2, you have given a data there, and the problem is A operates a cockpit, sabungan. Inside the cockpit, he also operates a restaurant. So, may sabungan siya. At the same time, sa loob ng sabungan na yon, alam niyang magugutom yung mga tao, mauuhaw yung mga tao, mas mag-e-enjoy ang mga tao if may pagkain na available na sa loob ng sabungan. So, meron pa siyang restaurant. So, ang benta niya ba from the restaurant will also be subject to percentage tax, or doon ako sa VAT na 12%, for example. Of course, sabi ni law, if you are paying for percentage tax, hindi ka na magbabayad ng VAT. So, saan yung mas higher o mas favorable yung tax? Doon sa 18% na percentage tax. That is why you are also subject to 18% sa restaurant operation mo. Okay? So, lahat ng mga nakukuha mong receipts sa sabungan, sa operation ng sabungan, plus yung restaurant operation mo, will also be subject to 18%. That is why 500,000 plus 250,000, that is 750,000 times your amusement tax of 18%, a total of 135,000 pesos amusement tax for your number 2. Let's proceed to another condition. The condition here is using the above data except that the restaurant is not owned by A but is owned by another person B, not a VAT registered, and whose annual gross sales never exceeded 3 million pesos. The amusement tax due from A is, okay, so you are asked of the amusement tax due for A. How much will it be? Okay, so hindi na natin isasama yung benta from restaurant operation. Bakit? Because hindi naman to negosyo ni A. Negosyo ito ng another person na nangangalang si B, hindi rin siya VAT registered. That means, ano siya? Percentage taxpayer. Hindi naman siya nag-ooperate ng cockpit. Ano lang siya? Nagbebenta lang siya ng pagkain sa loob ng sabungan. Kaya naman, she will be subjected to 3% percentage tax na na-discuss na natin on the first lecture video. Okay, so ang question lang dito, magkano yung amusement tax ni A? How much is the amusement tax of A? Of course, we're only concerned with the cockpit's operation na benta, 500,000 pesos times yung amusement tax na 18%. So, 500,000 times 0.18, that is 90,000 pesos. So, si A, magbabayad siya ng amusement tax in the amount of 90,000 pesos rather. Next, continuing the preceding number, the percentage tax due from B is, so again, yung restaurant operation, si B yung nag-ooperate. Pero, hindi siya masasubject sa 18%. Bakit? Hindi naman siya nag-ooperate ng sabungan. Restaurant lang. So, below siya sa 3 million pesos or hindi siya nag-exceed sa 3 million pesos. So, masasubject siya sa 3% percentage tax on sale of goods. So, that is 250,000 pesos times 0.03 or 3%. B will pay 7,500 pesos. For number 3, A promoted a World Boxing Championship in Manila featuring a Filipino champion. Gate receipts amounted to 3 million pesos and additional receipts from television coverage was 2 million pesos. The amusement tax due is, okay, tingnan natin. How much of the total 5 million pesos will be subjected to your amusement tax? The answer is none. Wala pong masasubject sa amusement tax. Bakit? Naka-qualify siya for exception. Which means, boxing championship, World Boxing Championship, pinromote ng ating citizen here in the country. At, yun, enough na yun. Enough ng requirements yun. So, walang babayarang amusement tax kasi pasok sa exception. Next, assuming that the above data is not World Championship, paano if hindi siya World Championship? Which means, hindi siya pasok for exception because only World Championship yung kinikonsider. But a Philippine National Boxing Championship lang, how much is the amusement tax? This will be the time na magsusolve tayo ng 10%. So, 5 million times 10% is equal to 500,000 pesos. So, 500,000 pesos will be your amusement tax for boxing that was only a Philippine national boxing. So that is all for our lecture video number 2. Congratulations for watching this video. I hope that you have understood a lot of insights and knowledge by this time, and make sure that you review all the topics that we have already discussed in order for you to avoid information overload. I will see you on the next lecture video. Keep safe and God bless.